Yo, what's up, guys? It's me, Brandini. Of course, you guys know what I'm gonna be talking about, and it's not a comic book review, it's more of a comic book graphic novel review. Because, well, Diamond Industries kinda screwed the pooch on my local comic book shop today because of COVID. The everlasting invisible enemy. Thanks, COVID, for fucking everything up.
Her eyes are swollen as she tries to hold her tears back.
Can't you just tell I'm so happy with this? Really? Can't you just tell I'm really happy with this going on? I'm happy! This is me happy! But I'm gonna go give this a review. If you do not know who Stargirl is, she is a creation made from Geoff Johns. That's his interpretation. But no, it's not solely created by Geoff Johns. You have other people that created Stargirl. Geoff Johns likes to take the credit for it. But he definitely had backup with it. And I read this entire graphic novel, and oh my God, was it awesome. Fun fact, Stargirl was created in 1999 and was the inspiration from Geoff Johns' sister, who got killed in a plane crash. Yay! That's something dark and twisted and an inspiration. Yay! But yeah, Stargirl, who was not named Stargirl when she was first created. She was called the Star-Spangled Kid. And hoo boy! Star-Spangled Kid is a legacy character. Hoo boy! Yeah, not getting into that whole convoluted story. No. Oh, that is another story for another review. Because this happened after 0 Hour. You remember the original Starman was technically in his 30s, maybe 40s, when 0 Hour happened. After Extant said, okay, you get to be old now. He was technically living in the ripe old age of 80. He gave the Starman name to his son, Jack Ryder, who was typically, a 1990s creation with the leather jacket and the bad boy hairdo and the smoking the cigars and everything 1990s. Everything 1990s. Yeah. And hoo boy, this retcons it. That's Geoff Johns' first retcon out of many, many lovable retcons. I just so want to go ahead and... because I hate it when people retcon other people's origin or powers or oh, they're aliens when, 20 years ago, they were humans and had experimentations. Now he's a freaking alien. Yeah, that kind of retroactive continuity. It turns out that the original Starman wanted the original Star-Spangled Kid to be Starman. he said no. And that's when the original Starman, Ted Knight, I think, can't remember his name, went to his son, who was the 1990s Starman, and let's just say he was a very, very bad, like, he was not a villain. No. He was more of a pastiche with 1990s, extremeness. Yeah, that. Anyway, in 1989, the editor-in-chief, who was can't remember what his name is, but he eventually went to a Hollywood production company, and he was the producer for the show Heroes. With Hayden Panettiere and all the other actresses. Yeah. The same producer was the editor-in-chief for DC Comics when Geoff Johns was an intern at the studio where Richard Donner worked. The guy that made Superman who he was, popular in the movies. After they chatted for a bit, they decided to create a superheroine. Or non-comic book fans, female superhero. And if you see the show gets 99% accuracy with slight differences here and there. Mainly, no Young Justice whatsoever. None. Zero. Why? Because in the main continuity book, Young Justice was a thing. And with retcons and all that, I'm pretty sure her origin stays the same without Young Justice. In the New 52! Yeah! Ugh! Seriously. But the reason that I wanted this book was because I wanted to read Supergirl number 42. Guess what? Didn't happen. Why? Diamond Comic Books fucked everything up. You're welcome. Oh, because it's 4th of July or some bullshit. Sorry. Frenchy words there. Sorry about that. But yeah. I decided to go ahead and take my money elsewhere. Because I can. It did not impact my going to downtown or anything like that. I just wanted to read a comic book, and I did not want to wait a week for Supergirl 42 to finally come out. Yeah, my disdain for Diamond Comic Books grows. You're welcome. Anyway, I got this comic book, and this comic book fucking rules. Like, oh my god. This is like Geoff Johns wants to be Stan Lee. Seriously. Oh my god. If you're watching the movie or the show, it follows the exact same route, so I don't have to say anything that happens in this comic book. But with slight differences, because Young Justice is not in the show. Like, at all. No way, no how. The JSA in the show died. In the comic book, the one that I just showed you, the JSA is alive and well. There's no Justice League in the show. In the comic books, there is a Justice League. It's New Earth. Everything from Crisis on Infinite Earths is condensed into one Earth. So, with all those sudden differences I just told you guys about, this show follows the exact same thing as the comic book, with one alternate difference. Meaning, there is no, there's no minions for the Dragon King. Like, at all. No way, no how. And in the comic book, there's hundreds of them, thousands of them, being brainwashed by Dragon King to go ahead and kidnap students. Yeah! And I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the fun things that I really liked, which I think you guys will love. In the comic books, there is a subtle reference. There's a subtle reference to Marvel, and it's Captain America's shield. I love it. Because DC had this thing where they wanted to go ahead and, well, basically annoy the hell out of Marvel, and they still do that to this day. Yeah, that's why I love DC, because, well, even in the Stargirl comic book, Geoff Johns made fun of Captain America by putting his shield there. I wonder how Marvel took that. Seriously, I don't know what I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure now they would trigger that as offensively, but in the 90s, I'm pretty sure, whatever. DC's gonna do their thing. We'll just make fun of DC in our own way, and vice versa. Now they would consider that triggerly offensive, which to me baffles my mind, because I love it when people make fun of comic book companies. Marvel does it, DC does it. It's just a big game. You know, it's a big game. It's a big game of who's going to make fun of who. And I love it. It's just fun and just like, haha, right? Yeah, you got me. Haha, yeah, right? I know, yeah, you got me. Oh, guess what? You got me too. That's what I like about DC and Marvel, because they can kid around, they can joke around and just make fun of each other, and it's fun. Nowadays, they just do it, and it offends people, which I don't fucking know why. And there's one other thing I want to show you. And this time it's not the Marvel side, it's The Simpsons. I was wondering if you got that reference, because Stargirl says, "Don't!" Yeah, in the comic books. And that reference is a reference to Homer Simpson, because when he says, "Don't!" it means he screws up. And I like it. But yeah, I love it. For this comic book, graphic novel, I would definitely say that it would be a 10 out of 10. No doubt. No doubt a 10 out of 10. And please, Geoff Johns, I consider, if you're going to cancel Shazam, I consider you writing another Stargirl series, because we need one, honestly. And please, if you're going to do that again, don't lose your touch. Don't lose that touch. Don't follow the Marvel SJW route. Follow the DC non-SJW route, because that's what we want. We want to have fun in comic books. We want to enjoy ourselves without saying, "Oh my god, that character's so gay. Oh my god, that character's a lesbian. Oh, this and that. Oh, he is a she." No. No. That's Marvel's fucked up way. And Geoff Johns, I really want you to write another Stargirl ongoing series. We have definitely need one. We can't even think of the word. We need one. Like, really, this has been going for 20 years. Almost. We need one. Because comic books have gotten so bad, so terribly bad nowadays. And we need something like Stargirl to help us raise our spirits up. Because comic books have gotten really bad nowadays. With everything. Not just you there, Geoff Johns. I'm pretty sure you've done some, but you don't do it as much with comic books like other artists do. I mean, writers. So, yeah, for my graphic novel comic book review for the amazing Stargirl comic book series, oh, it is amazing. It's amazing. I can't even say anything else. It's just amazing. I would rate that a 10 out of 10 because it's fun, it's enjoyable, and it's a prime example of what Marvel should be doing now. Not just Marvel, everything else, DC included. This is a prime example of how DC could just raise the bar up and make comic books great again. And Geoff Johns, if this was an alternate Earth where we had to vote you into office for DC comic books, you got my vote. Because reading that comic book series was fucking fantastic. It made me remind myself of the good old days, back when it was before the New 52. Seriously, we need another comic book series on Stargirl. Seriously. And no other writers except for Geoff Johns. Because he is fantastic. Everyone else is going to fuck it all up. But yeah, that's my comic book graphic novel review. I know everybody was expecting me to do Supergirl number 42, but of course Diamond fucked up again. Because it's the 4th of July weekend or some bullshit. So, yeah, that's my rant on Diamond. Too bad my local comic book shop is still affiliated with them after how badly they treated them with just not bringing in their comic books. This is not the only fucked up thing that they've done. Oh no, Diamond has screwed my local comic book shop up in the past. But yeah, that's my comic book review. I'm sorry if I ranted a little bit. I just don't like Diamond. Because they are a monopoly and they should not be. They should be having friendly competitions with other comic book companies. But they're not. Because they got some sort of gangster mindset or some bullshit reason. But whatever, I'm not the manager and I don't want to be Jeeve Giuseppe or whoever it is now that's at Diamond Comic Books. But yeah, like I said before, 10 out of 10. And if you are not reading this book, what the hell are you doing? Seriously, this book is what the show is taking inspirations from. Without that book, there would be no show of Stargirl. None. Zero. But yeah, that's going to be it, folks, for today. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.